Howdy ho, good people. Good morning. I hope everybody's doing great today. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody had a wonderful Valentine's Day. So much love to you. So much love. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Today I got the journal I wanted to show you. I finally finished the topper for it. I found that in my stash, so I cut it out and stitched it on, and now I'm happy with it. So I just need to glue that down there. It's all just different fabrics and lace, and just on like a old I think it was curtain lining that I coffee dyed, and then I frayed some of the edges so that it would look pretty cool on there. And yeah, it's gonna fit perfectly. So finally got that done. Again, this plan for this, with the spine being fabric, was Treasure Books, Natasha at Treasure Books. What was it? The easiest journal ever, I believe it was. So I want to show you what I did. I'm still changing a few things in it, but mostly it's done. Instead of using the paper to cover the cardboard, which this was just a cereal box that I glued together, two pieces front and back, and then cut it out. The fabric I did on the spine is two pieces. It's this cotton fabric, and then I also put a piece of cotton sheet, coffee dyed cotton sheet under it, fused them together so that it's a little bit stronger, because I knew she would be getting really big. Even with just 3 signatures, she got really big. so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in this to help hold it up while I do the first signature. As you can see, yeah, she got super chunky, like I knew she would. I didn't put a closure on it. It's like, oh yeah, it's like yeah, 7. If I don't, I'm gonna wrap it to close it. So it's about 4, something like that. The spine is about 4. The let's see, it's a little over 7, and it's a little under 7, or right around 7. So let's get started, hey? First page says it all. Women, gather and rise up. Be bold, and we must take control. The patriarchy has shown that it deserves to be burned down. So all of us women of all ages, all creeds, all nationalities must join together to burn the patriarchy down. They have proven they cannot be trusted with children, with really anything anymore. I'm not saying all men, but really this is ridiculous. Women need to step up and take the spotlight and take over the leading of the country, because it's just insane. So all women rise up. Remember, this was one of the little faux metal tags that I did, rise up. And 2 butterflies, I put those down there as Renee Good and Alex Preddy, in remembrance of them, who were killed straight out on the street by ICE, federal forces, for no reason. They hopefully will be brought up on charges as soon as possible. I mean, this administration's not going to do it, but we will get justice for them. So I put confident, brave, bold, and strong, a little card. This one, a gathering of ominous forces, as in us women not being evil, but being strong and able to take care of the world now. Men are just, so many cannot be trusted. It's just so sick. I don't know if you're keeping up with the Epstein crap, but it's just everybody knew. Everybody knew. Everybody knew. And they did nothing. So we need to bring them all up on charges. Every single one of them. So that is my opening to it. Then I have just some coffee dyed papers, tea dyed papers. Oh, hang on, Mama's calling, gotta go, be right back. All right, and we're back. Okay, got Mama back in bed and she's back asleep. So I did add some, that's coffee dyed fringe there, lace, and here's our little Foxy Kate tag for extra writing space. The little frame there. This is a little removable, it's a hidden paper clip with a little tab so you can put it anywhere on the page. And this is a little pocket made out of a book page, just folded in a different way. So you get 4 little pockets there. And I just inked it up, put a few little things, grow wild. This was a picture from a book. I just backed it with coffee dyed cardstock. And this was, I'm not sure where I got that, just another little piece of ephemera. So, but yeah, this is a hidden paper clip, can go anywhere. It's movable. This was held on the other page. Let your smile change the world. Again, women, we must gather and burn the patriarchy to the ground and take our rightful place. This is another paper clip, movable. This was embossed in, let's see, a little folder, little card embossing, and watercolor paper, and then I put coffee dyed paper on the back. I had painted it after I did the coffee dyed paper, which wasn't really smart because it's got all the little stains, but I still think it looks really cool for extra writing space again. And let's see, this was just coffee dyed paper with a stencil. Here's the little velvet trim that I got a little extra glue on, so I put a little piece of ephemera there. This was a bingo ticket that I just covered, and these were our watercolor kitties that I did. Let's see, there's Minnie, that's Mango, and well, kind of looks like Muffin a little bit. So there's that page. Just some stencils. This was from the drying table. I did these outside. The blue is red cabbage dyed paper. This is another paper clip with just a handmade cluster, some little ladder yarn put on there, and this was a card that I just coffee dyed on the back. So, and then trimmed it down so that it fit. This paper was eco dyed with flowers. I can't remember which flowers I used on that. I think this was rose greenery, the leaves. And here's some coffee dyed paper. A lot of spaces to write. This is a little cluster that I made. And then I had put a little eyelet there, so I put in one of my handmade dangles. It's got a flower, a couple butterflies, a heart, and love and hope. And that is again dedicated to Alex and Renee, that we will never forget them, and we will bring their killers to justice. This is another paper clip. Just another cluster with, let's see, the little faux metal tag in there. And again, I put the paper clip down further so that it will stick out as like a little tab. This was an embossing folder, and I colored it with the distress crayons. coffee dyed on the back. And this was distress watercolor pencils on a stamp. That turned out pretty cool. And I just put coffee dyed paper so you have a little extra space to write. And then this one, the double pockets, I put the little kitty stamp on it. The key to time, ideas, ideas, ideas. Stay curious. All the little kitty eyes back there. And then this little envelope fit perfectly in there. So I got the greatest of all time, the goat, and a little blank music page. Little mini music page. But that envelope fit perfectly in that pocket, so it worked great. Again, stencil on coffee dyed paper. I have done a video on how to do that. Super easy. Gotta try it. This is a napkin covered envelope, and I just put a little, what does this one say? Choose to see the good. Always choose to see the good. Remember, love is stronger than hate, and we can win this. And 2 little tuck spots by just gluing the inside and 1 little strip down, and you get 2 little tuck spots with your envelopes. And in here I have a rose and again 2 butterflies. This was just made from music paper that I had. A little tag, a new beginning, and I used some distress spritz on there, so you get a little flash of color here and there. And in this envelope, I left them open so you can write inside of it, or you can go ahead and glue it shut and put something special in it. And I just put a little handmade pad of paper in there. Lots and lots of writing space in here. Again, some stencils. Belly band, this was texture paste and then inked. And here's just a little journal card to write on. And this again, another little envelope that I left open. And just put a little bird in there. And this again is a little tabbed hidden paper clip. Can be moved anywhere on the pages. And this was from a calendar, a beautiful little owl, coffee dyed, and these were our little watercolor birds. And yeah, I just love the way they turned out. Aren't they cute? I thought they turned out really good. Again, if you want me to do, I don't think I did the pen and ink on video, but I don't think I did the actual watercolor. I can't remember. If I didn't, and you want a video of that, just let me know. Please leave a comment. So that was the first signature. Again, there's a little under 100 pages in here. Most of them are you can write on. That's why I did a lot of paper clips in there, so you can take the stuff off, still write on the page, and put the stuff back. So this page, standard postage stamp catalog. I just grabbed some stamps from my stash that I had collected. This was a little piece of ephemera that I had, and this one also with the little postal stamps on it. I just put a little tag, start doing things you love. Always keep that in mind, do the things that you love. And then in this little envelope, again, I didn't close it completely, and I just added some more stamps so you can stick them wherever and start your own collection. There. And then I just really like the layered look, how that turned out. And the heavy horses. Love the heavy horses. This was one of my first little frilly things that I did on the sewing machine. This is a double pocket from just a book page. Just a little tag, and then a couple more to write on. Happiness depends on ourselves. And this was just a napkin covered book page, dictionary page, and coffee dyed on the back so you have extra room. And I did a lot of butterfly stencils on some of the pages because I thought it looked really cool. Love all the butterflies. This was coffee dyed. Coffee dye it and you scrunch it up and put a little extra coffee on it, and as the sun dries it, it kind of gets darker in some spots. And then you have to, yes, you have to iron them. This was another napkin covered envelope that we did. This was texture paste, some bats, and watercolors. And this was inks on photo paper. And I just put coffee dyed paper and sewed around it. So that extra writing, lots and lots of writing space in here. Again, the little T glue will give you a couple little tuck spots. Another little tag, and then another envelope with just a little bird on there for writing on. And this was one of the faux metal labels, just a cute little thing to write on. And this one, Stay Curious, with a little bit of bling on there, a little fabric. And some more burlap kind of fringe. And this was just a masterboard that we did, and put coffee dyed paper, and I just sewed around it. So you got a big journal card there. This was a cluster that I had done. And then this was a little piece of ephemera, I think from Tim Holtz. This was just a picture in a book on, what is it, floral arranging. I just thought it looked really cool in here. And just another great writing space. And this is another hidden paper clip that you punch a little hole so that the end will stick out. You don't push it down, and then you have a little dangle and the end of it. Again, to put anywhere you want in the journal, anywhere on the page. This was flower dyed again. Oh, this one was, it's just a little piece of ephemera. Some more stencils, another paper clip, special delivery, just a little butterfly. And I love the spider web and the what is it, chicken wire stamp that I used on that. And I think that was inked stencils. One of my first little tabs that I made. No, I don't have any fancy stuff to make them. That was just drawn and cut out from a file folder and stamped on. And that's the only one that I glued down. And just more stencils. This was an old postcard that I just I folded so I have tuck spots on both sides. This was the fabric covered masterboard. Just stuck all the little pieces of fabric down, and then once that was dried, I sewed around it on the machine, or you could do it by hand. And yeah, this one I just put a little pocket on, Live with Passion and Purpose, and some more kitty eyes there. Oh. And then the other side of the postcard, and then this is another bingo card that I just covered with scrapbook paper and coffee dyed paper. And this was a piece of Tim Holtz ephemera, and I just cut the back end of the car off. This was one of the napkin covered book pages that I just sprinkled some watercolor on. And then I love this green card. This was just a bunch of different inks and paints, I think, and in the midst of chaos, find your calm. And then I just sewed around it, put some coffee dyed paper on it. And this was another master board with some stamping and different inks, and also I did a little bit of texture paste on that. This was just a little bit of the Tim Holtz wallpaper pieces that I just ripped. So again, I like the way the layered look. It looks really cool. And this was a napkin covered book page that I cut into a little pocket. These were little rub-ons that I put on little pieces of cotton fabric. Some dress pattern there, more butterflies, napkin on the music paper, and then in my stash I had found some stationery. Friends like you make life bearable. Just a little page to write on. Extra writing room again. And I put the end of the car there because on one of the stencils you have that fabulous old car right there. And that's the end of the second why do I always lose my words? The second signature. There we go. Jeez. All right. Another one of the faux metal tags that I did. Resist. Resist, women. We must keep fighting. I put two little die-cut birds there. Courage. Remember courage and to stay strong for you. And they're all to write on the back. And this was the center of one of the frames that I had made just from a master board, and so I just glued it on two sides for a little tuck spot. This was embossed, an embossing folder, and I used that I used inks on it and the wax, the fancy wax that then dries on it. And I did coffee dyed paper on the back of it. And then this again is one of the master boards with the texture paste and the stamping. And I like this page. It did the little fabric flip. I had that in my stash. I had a bunch of those cut out. And I used a couple little brads. This was just, again, napkin covered dictionary page. And so the little fabric flip. And then the way I did this was you can pull this down for writing on both sides. And then I only glued it on two sides so that you could also use it as a little holding spot for a couple little cards. Little tuck there. That's that. And then because that went over the top of the page, I just did like a little waterfall extra paper pad. Again, little trim, persist with grace, and texture paste on an inked index card put on coffee dyed cardstock. This was some photo paper that I had inked, and this is another tabbed paper clip that can be moved anywhere in the book. And I think that was watercolor paper that I had inked, and I just thought that looked really cool with the die cuts out of it and put on another piece of paper. So, yep, a lot of butterflies in this one. And then we got, let's see, here's another piece of Tim Holtz ephemera. Just a little tuck that I made. This was some scrapbook paper that I had, some more butterflies, and just a little tag. And this is a little dictionary envelope that I made, and just a little die cut bird with the texture paste on it. I just thought that looked really, really cool that way. Again, layers. And then, because this was a stencil with little paw prints, I thought the little kitty right here looked really good. And this is another paper clip, removable, with again the paper clip sticking out so you can add a little dangle to it. And this was just another card that I just coffee dyed on the back of it, and then squashed it between books for a while till it was flat, and yeah, perfect for in a junk journal. This was a little Tim Holtz Lost Relatives photo that in a little frame that I had made and sewed around a little sticker there. I wanted to be able to pull the photo out so you can put some secret notes there. So I added the little tab to it so that it's easier to pull out and put back in. This was a little frame that I put some vellum, again more butterflies, always lots of butterflies, little napkin covered dictionary pages. Again, the T gluing on the envelope flap so you can have a little extra tuck space. Another little tag, a couple more. This was napkin covered book page. And I never decorated that. I still might do that. I put just 3 little journal cards in here. That was from scrapbook pad. I can't remember which one. This was also from a scrapbook. All good things are wild and free. I just put coffee dyed paper to make it a little thicker. And then this again was watercolor pencils on a stamp and then put down on paper. I thought the kitties looked really cool. So there, and we're getting close to the end here. Oh, here's the other half of the house. Of course I had to use it. Put a little cluster up here, again little rub-ons on fabric and some wallpaper, some more die cuts on a little tag. This again was a greeting card. The first blooms of spring always make my heart sing. So this was just a little medical tape that I did some stamping on with archival ink that doesn't react to water. And here's another napkin covered book page that I cut a pocket out of. And then that was a little die cut butterfly, another one of my handmade frames that I just sewed around. I just watercolored on him. And just a couple more birds and some more flowers. And this purple, that's the same as the spine. And then this little guy, the little teddy bear greeting card. I really loved him. More butterflies. And then at the back of the book, I glued down with the Fabri-Tac a big piece of trim and made a little pocket there. And this is just an extra little, it's a little napkin covered file folder, mini file folder. I just put some pages in it and sewed it with the machine down the middle. I did some stenciling in it, This was a gusseted pocket, so I just put a few little tidbits in there. So again, extra writing space, and voila, that is it. There she is in all her glory. She is quite chunky and very, very beautiful. I'm very happy with the way she turned out. And again, I just need to glue the topper down, and she's all set. And I think I'm done. I don't have plans to do anything on the back. That may change. I'm not sure. There's just a lot of little thingies sticking to it. Probably puppy hair. I did use the metal book page protectors just to give it a little extra, because I did go so far over with the cover. Usually it would be back here, but I wanted it to stick out to support the trims, that it would cover them. And I believe I would use this as, if I can do this, as a wrap. Like that. And just tie it to keep it closed. Just like that. Isn't she beautiful? So let me know what you think of her. And if you're doing one yourself, again, the idea for the spine like this is from Natasha. Thinking back, you know, I may not have done the 3 signatures because it is quite big, but I'm still playing around with what I like, what I'd like to do. I like it that the I left it a little bit loose, so you can actually add more into it, like photos and all kinds of stuff. But I really like that it'll lay open. To do the front signature, it's good to have a book under it, just to keep it up. But actually, I really like the way this one turned out. Let me know what you think about it, okay? Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it. And let's see, daily dose of truth. I do the daily dose of truth because mainstream media does not report on anything, and there's so many lies going around. So I support independent media. A good woman to watch is, I know I've said her on here before, Joanne Freeman. She's has another historian, like Heather Cox Richardson. They do a little show together, usually Saturday mornings. I'm not sure what channel that is on, if it's on Joanne Freeman's or Heather Cox Richardson. But Joanne Freeman, if you can watch her video from last night, from February 14th, she does like a nighttime chat for those who can't sleep. It's around 10:30 at night, but she did one last night for Valentine's Day, and it's a really good one about love, and how she always ends it is, be strong and of good courage. That's how she always ends them, and that's just so special, I think, to all of us. Be strong and of good courage. Women, we must rise up and take our rightful place before they try to knock us down again. So I love you guys, and I hope you have a fabulous day, and be strong and of good courage. No kings. Love you guys.